Hey, good morning, Clear Lake peeps. Ross England here, Clear Lake Guide Service, with a lake report for, April 7th, 2022. Hopefully the sound comes through okay. We're doing it a little bit differently today. Back on the water. Let's hit through the statistics real quick. It's so bad, there's so much stuff going on, I had to write it down on a card to make sure I got it all right this time. So let's start with lake level. Lake level is at positive 0.38 Rumsey, and just to give you a reference, last year the same date we were at a positive 1.1, so the lake is down 3/4 of a foot from last year at this time. Considering that we're out of our rainy season, what that means is those of you that are traveling here for the fall this coming year, maybe even late summer, you take 3/4 of a foot out of this lake over last year. I don't know if there's going to be any launching available other than the beach down at Redbud or down at Clear Lake Oaks, but we'll see. Time will tell. Water temperature, the last couple days it kind of dropped. Yesterday, which was Tuesday, today's Wednesday, 57.5, 58 degrees on the upper end here. It was up to 59. So afternoon temps, depending on where you are on the lake, anywhere from 61, 62 all the way up to about 64. So kind of a real broad range there depending on where you go. Water clarity is kind of mixed up on this upper end. It's kind of the same thing I've been reporting all year. The clear water doesn't move around, but as you move around, you'll find areas that are clear, and then you'll find areas that are stained. I've seen water that, we can only see for a foot and a half, and then I've seen some water over the last 4 or 5 days being out here that we could see 8 feet. I'm hearing some people saying that they can see 10. I haven't actually been to that place yet, so I can't really report on that other than just saying there may be clearer water that I just haven't found yet. So there's your conditions. Oh boy, activity for this coming week. Let's go with the oddball thing. There's a 50-team catfish tournament the 9th and 10th, which is Saturday, Sunday, if I'm correct. On the 9th, there's an ABA team tournament. On the 10th, there's a Cal Bass Federation tournament. So, we're talking about this coming weekend having 2 different tournaments. Plus, this time of year you always have club tournaments going on. So there's a couple of other permits for this weekend as well. The big deal is starting the 9th, the One Bass Northern Open begins their official practice period, which is the 9th through the 12th. And then the actual tournament days are the 13th through the 15th. It looks like it's going to be a 150 boat field. As of yesterday, at least the information that I saw, they were just short, a little bit short on the pros. I think they had in the 170 am range signed up, but they couldn't get the pros. So look for it to be exceptionally busy beginning Saturday. I mean, it's busy out here now, but beginning Saturday, all the official stuff happens. So those are your activities. Talk about fishing a little bit. I am struggling in the worst of ways. Don't know how you folks are doing, but I'll have one day, and if I can find some sight fish, we'll get 12, 13, 14 fish. if I can't find sight fish, it might be 2, 3, or 4 fish for a day. I've never experienced a late March and early April as tough as what I'm going through right now. I wish it was just me and that I just had my head up my fanny and the rest of you were all catching fish, but the stories I'm hearing from most people, pretty much the same thing. It's just been a tough bite. I don't have a grip on it at all. You know, I've spent some time. I don't see. The only thing I'm seeing a lot of is I'm seeing crappie spawning all over the place. You get up in some shallow water, and I don't know. Maybe I need to start sight fishing for crappie. That would probably be a lot more fun. But they're all over the place. This week I've started seeing carp and buffalo kind of up swimming around and cruising up in shallow water. It seems like when I see fish on beds, they're not there very long. It's like a little group moves up and then boom, they're gone. At least that's been my experience. I've had absolutely no reaction bite whatsoever. Well, you know, when you're only catching 2 to 4 fish a day, you can't say that you're on any bite at all. So it's kind of been junk fishing. You know, where fish should be this time of year, they're just, I don't know what to tell you. As far as I can tell, they're just not there. So it'll be interesting, don't get me wrong. There's going to be a huge tournament next week, and there'll be guys, you know, weighing in 22 to 25 pound limits. Who knows, maybe even more. There's some really, really good local sticks that are putting their time in, and there's always a couple of guys from just out of nowhere, you know, non-locals that figure something out and pull it off. So I wish I could give you a much better report for this week, but it's just been tough. So hopefully we'll find something new today. We keep trying, we keep looking. Normally I never leave the upper end of the lake, and I've had a couple of people pull up and say, you know, I just can't believe it. You know, I saw you down south. Yeah, well, I'm doing everything I can and going everywhere that I can think of. Now I'm to the point of starting to say, well, I don't fish this area, I may as well go try that. So, you know, it's what it is. It's fishing. I don't know what's going on. I wish I had some more positive news, but that's my experience and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So we'll talk to you next week sometime. Hope you all have a good week. We're looking for the next 3 days to be in the 80s to high 80s, so it ought to be at least a lovely day on the water.